Today's cocktail is the Long Beach iced tea. This classic variation on the Long Island iced tea is a doozy. It'll put it on you. Um, so the recipe is 1/2 ounce triple sec, a quarter ounce of gin, a quarter ounce vodka, a quarter ounce dark rum, 2 ounces sweet and sour mix, and 4 ounces of cranberry juice. Shake the first five ingredients and strain into an ice-filled Collins glass, top with cranberry juice, and garnish with a lemon wedge. As you might imagine, this drink packs quite a kick. So figure Long Island iced tea with a cranberry topper instead of cola, and you pretty much got the taste down. Again, this is for the professionals in the group. That's a lot of alcohol in one drink, and it will put the boots to you. So be careful. As always, drink responsibly, and if you have the opportunity, I highly recommend the Long Beach iced tea. What up? It's your boy, the Killer Bee, the Africanized Honeybee, the car guy from Car Guy Blog 05. I'm back this week. You have no idea when this is going to actually debut, so to say I'm back this week is random. But anyway, I'm back, and with me most of the time, as usual, is my hot guest host, May. Yes. Oh, I guess I can't call you hot. Guest host. I can't call you hot. Your husband will get upset with me.
He might, but whatever. He's not going to listen to this.
You're a married old woman. You can't be hot anymore. Those are
the
rules. Those are the rules.
He's up on the old crime, making this look good, though.
Okay. Still, though, I feel my age. I don't know about you.
Well, depends on the day.
So this week we're going to get in the Wayback Machine, and I'm feeling old because I'm starting to realize this is 14 freaking years ago. Jeez.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Hot Import Nights, Indianapolis, Indiana, June 2006. So this is actually my first Hot Import Nights show back before I went to Chicago. About 10 months before I went to Chicago. So, and this was one of those deals where it's 300 miles from where I was living at the time in the Quad Cities to downtown Indianapolis. I mean, it's like almost 300 miles exactly. Okay. So, get up on Saturday morning, and it's a straight shot down I-74. So, you get up Saturday morning, you tank up the car, because the 240 had a 17-gallon tank, so 300 miles is a breeze. I jump in the 240 and I hit the highway, and I hit Galesburg, and then I hit Peoria, and then Bloomington, Normal, Champaign, Danville, and then I take that hook and a crook and I drop into North Indy, just a little bit west of the Indianapolis Speedway. Make that turn down 65 South into downtown, and boom. Indianapolis Convention Center. Now this is 2006. This is before the Super Bowl, which means the RCA Dome was still there. And I know that doesn't mean anything to people that aren't Indy-centric, but right. I went to a Circle City Classic in the RCA Dome, so it's near and dear to my heart. Because
is this the precursor to whatever it is they have now?
They have Lucas Field now, but the Hoosier Dome / RCA Dome was directly connected to the convention center. And when it was time for Circle City and Indiana Black Expo, that was a happening joint downtown there. But I've been to a football game in the RCA Dome when A&T played Tennessee State in 2000. I think that was 05. But in Lucas Field, I've only ever been to basketball games, and only one actually. I went to the NCAA tournament in 2006, 2007, somewhere in there. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, downtown Indianapolis, the old days when the RCA Dome was still there, and before they built that big old huge enormous JW Marriott. Now, if you look closely, you can see that there's a courtyard in the shadow of the JW Marriott. Well, when I was there in 2006, when I was there in 2006, that JW Marriott had not been built, so that courtyard was sitting by itself, and the rest of that was just parking lot. But where was I? Yeah, so I stayed at the JW at the courtyard there a catty corner from the convention center, and I walked directly into the convention center. I didn't have to, drive or find a place to park. I just walked from the hotel straight over. And
that's convenient.
It is very convenient. And when I got in there, of course, it's hot import night, so there were models.
Half naked chicks.
I mean, as you can see, I was much better. I don't know why, but I was a lot better than in Chicago. I was on my game, so I was actually asking girls to pose and composing photographs. Now, how that's different from Chicago, I think, is because I was with my buddy, and I was more concerned with acting stupid with him than I was taking pictures of the half-naked women.
As boys are wont to do when they are
Yeah,
together.
I think that's how it happened. Also, I wasn't distracted by having a camcorder, too. I only had the still camera. So, more models, as you can see, and me taking a picture with, look how skinny I was. I mean, relative to now, I mean, I was still fat, but relative to now, that's a terrifying difference in size. Although it's been 14 years, so yeah.
Well, and then look how skinny these girls are too. I mean,
yeah, no, these girls are quite thin. Now, where I was slacking is I didn't take a lot of car pictures, and the ones I did were almost exclusively Nissans. In fact, almost exclusively Nissan 240s, because I was getting ideas for my car.
I mean, that's the purpose of the car show.
Well, no, not really.
Isn't that the purpose? You want to look at other people's cars? You want to get ideas for your car?
I already knew what I wanted to do with my car. It wasn't, for the most part, because, I mean, the Killer Bee, the Stinger was built, and the buzzer wasn't quite in process yet. The buzzer, I knew what I wanted to do. It was just a matter of collecting the money. You know how that is. I often wonder how these people build these cars, because I'm like, man, I got a job. I mean, at this point, that's 2004, so I'm not quite 10 years in. No, that was 2006. Still, not quite 10 years into, Fortune 500 company. And it's like, yo, I got a huge Christmas bonus last year, and I can't afford more than a couple of parts.
Yeah, folks be out here. I don't know.
But, I had student loans, and I lived alone in a 2-bedroom apartment, and, I pay all my own bills, and I had 3 cars.
Nobody's got a bazillion dollars. Well, some folks have got a bazillion dollars laying around, but most folks don't have thousands of dollars laying around that they can throw into their hobby.
Yeah. So, it was a good show. Had a good time. Had more fun at Indianapolis than Chicago. And maybe that's because it was a smaller show, or maybe because people in Indianapolis are a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not friendly, but they're a little more accommodating than people in Chicago.
Was it the same show, just a different location?
Same brand, same company, same promoters.
Yeah, same like brand, of show.
Yeah, but of course each show varies because the crowd and the cars are local generally. So your show is going to vary with the city that it's in. So Miami has a feel, New York has a feel, Chicago's going to have a feel, and Indianapolis is going to have a feel. And Indy, Indy really is. It's a city, but Indy's not a big city. And relative to Chicago, it's a great convention town. It is. But Indianapolis has a very different kind of nightlife and scene than Chicago does.
Oh, yeah.
And it's noticeable. It was noticeable in the shows. Because this was really casual and laid back. You just kind of walked around, had a couple drinks, hollered at some girls, whatever. Chicago was like, well, you saw that footage. It was like crowded, and it was like being in a club.
Right.
That's not my, that's not my scene. I mean, the music, you kind of have to deal with what you got to deal with. But when I can't walk 3 feet without bumping into somebody, or I can't take a picture of a car without 15 people being in the shot. Right. So maybe that was the difference. Good show. friendly girls. You know, I had a great time. And then I stumbled back to the hotel at you know, around, I don't know, 1, and crashed for a few hours and got up the next morning and, you know, drove 300 miles back home.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And so people are there, they got cars. Are they selling parts? Are there booths with accessories and things? Or is it like a showcase?
Mostly
kind
it's
of
business
a little bit
cards.
everything?
So you have two things going. You have the competition cars that are actually competing. And then you have...
Now, what's the competition?
You know, who's got the best car.
Oh, okay.
And there's, you know, there's judges and stuff. But it's... as much as there is of that, there are also the manufacturers midway. And that's where they're not really selling parts, they're selling business cards. But, you know, they've got calendars and, you know, come to my shop, I do this, come to here, I do that. So I actually found the original artwork.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I don't know if I scanned these or if they were digital from the beginning. No, these were digital from the original, which means I probably downloaded them from the site where I purchased my ticket.
Ooh, there's a lot happening on this little flyer.
Yes, there is, and it doesn't get... Yeah, so there's a car. There's class awards, performance awards, and I think they did a stereo competition too.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, so all that's going on. And then you've got the DJ and the dancing girls and all these vendors in there, and they're hawking, selling. They got, you know, neck lanyards and keychains, and that's the giveaway stuff. But everybody's booth, especially if it's a local club where they got a sponsored thing, if they're a mechanic, they got come to my shop and I do X, Y, Z. If they do vinyl wraps, they got girls at the booth handing out cards that come get some of their vinyl wrap. If they, you know, whatever it is they do. So it is that mixed bag. It's part, we're selling things, and then they got like their national sponsors. So you got your XM satellite radio. So there's a booth babe, you know, let me just go ahead and do this.
I think she was in one of those pictures. She had on a big, an XM bodycon dress. Oh.
So they deflated it first because, you know, it was an inflatable fiberglass roof. So they had to bring the roof down before they could blow it up. But I don't think they really blew it up because they put Lucasfield go right back to the same spot or very near to it. No. So the conventions, the Hoosier Dome was on this side. The Lucasfield is the next block down. So across the train tracks and a little further down. But I think they just expanded the convention center. That's exactly what they did. They just expanded the convention space down to the railroad line. Yeah, that's one of the XM girls, and that's another one. Those are skanks. I need to not be ugly. That's so sexist to say that. So you see girls are, you know, they got magazines to sell, and girls are signing things. And I'm a terrible person.
I mean,
because you know how, what was it? Was it Dave Chappelle that used to tell that joke about you're standing there and you're mentally trying to will her to come out?
Wow.
You're trying to will her to have a wardrobe malfunction?
A malfunction?
Yeah. So yeah, you got I think this was the dance contest, but they were go-go dancing all night. And you see he's got all these hats here to give away, and you know, that's what you do at the car show. People hawk stuff, people sell stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's just,
it's a scene.
Yeah.
It's a thing. People do it.
Oh yeah.
But I honestly, I don't miss that scene anymore. I mean, it was nice to go to Hot Import Nights a couple times to say I went.
Oh yeah.
To see what it was about, but you know, again, at that
it's point, one of those things you go a couple times, and then after that, it's going to be the same thing. You're not going to experience anything new.
Right, and also I was aging out a little bit, even though I was in the scene. I mean, by this point, I'm already 32 years old, almost quite 32. I'm a little old to be hanging around with this crowd.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing if we're at the track, if we're actually racing, but
Right.
it's something entirely different if we're just sort of
hanging around. It's different.
It's very different. Why is my computer being it? Stop that. Thank you for watching Cocktails and Crankshafts. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell icon, and we'll see you soon with new content.